Wait, let Bas. Bas, I take your here to make a little nice. That's mine. That's mine.
What's the same as the one you gave?
Yeah.
I'm just looking for my sweater. Wasn't it on? Is it on the? No. Just looking for my. There it is. My sweater. So.
Okay. So now tell me again. So I say hi. I'm DORO and welcome to the. Okay.
Jevnaker.
In what?
Jevnaker. Can you say that? Jevnaker.
In Norway.
Yeah, in Norway that will do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey metalheads and headbangers, this is DORO and I welcome you to the Untouchable here, the hard rock Norway best club in the world. Have fun. Wow, metal. Hey metalheads and headbangers, welcome to the Untouchable hard rock club here in Norway. Have fun and rock on. Untouchable. Yeah, our new record, it's called Fear No Evil, and it's out for a couple of months now, and I think I'm really happy with like the feedback. I think the fans, they love especially the Night of the Warlock and the heavier stuff, and a couple of nice anthems on it and some ballads. One song, it reminds me a little bit on Deep Inside My Heart für immer. It's called Herzblut. And when we play live, usually we play all the highlights of each record, from the old Warlock records to the new record, to the Fear No Evil record. And we have another song in our set list, it's called We Are the Metalheads. And it's an anthem for the Wacken Festival. And we played there many times, like 6 times. And this year they celebrated their 20th anniversary, so I had the great honor to sing the anthem, and We Are the Metalheads is always in our set because I love this song. And I just celebrated my 25th anniversary, and we filmed it in my hometown in Düsseldorf, Germany, and it was actually the longest show we ever did, like 3.5 hours straight. Many guests, the Scorpions were there, Bobby Blitz of Overkill, Warren Dane of Nevermore.
Overkill, I love Overkill.
Yeah, me too. And my old Warlock band members, some of them, and we did like a long show. And now after this tour we are working on the DVD, which will come out next year. Yeah, now we are on tour.
And you get a DVD from this gig as well?
Yeah, we will put it on like the bonus section of this DVD, and so watch out for it. And so far the Scandinavian dates, man, they're awesome, the fans are great, and we had such a great time. The last couple of gigs were amazing, and people were so into it, and were singing along, headbanging, and it was brilliant. It was really cool. And tonight here in the Hard Rock Club, the Untouchables, it was so cool. And yeah, I'm really happy, and things are going well. We have a good feeling in the band, and I think this translates like to the fans. Everybody feels really comfortable, powerful, and we play from the Burning Witches album to the new one, everything, and then let the fans choose like the encores. I always like when people call out the songs they want to hear, and sometimes they are really nice surprises. Sometimes some songs we haven't played for a long time, like tonight, like Metal Tango was been called out, and we didn't even rehearse it, but I think it went over pretty well. And my musical influences, I must say, my first rock concert ever, it was Whitesnake. It was 1980, and David Coverdale was so awesome, and man, he was such a great frontman, an amazing singer, and I really was very inspired. And then my second concert was Priest Accept, and I'm still a big Priest fan, and I loved Rob Halford. And another big influence was Ronnie James Dio. And yeah, I grew up with like all the great bands of the 80s: Saxon, Wasp, Metallica, Megadeth, and I'm still a big fan of all these bands, and Lemmy, Motorhead. But I was influenced by a lot of people. Anything what was like for real, and what touched my heart, and some bands, maybe you guys remember Raven. Oh, I love them. They had such a high energy level. and yeah, so. And I still really do enjoy him, and I still listen to it. And some newer bands, like I love Rammstein too. I think they are like wow, they're such a unique band, and they have such a unique stage show. It's unbelievable. But yeah, but I'm definitely being influenced by the British wave of heavy metal, and by all the 80s metal. And when we started, actually I had my first band. It was called Snakebite. And then we didn't even know that we were doing metal, and it was like 1980. Yeah, and then we went to all the concerts, and there weren't any magazines back then. You had maybe some fanzines, and maybe some people, they were, it was like, sometimes handwritten, and in photocopies, and so we didn't even know that we were a metal band till we saw like all the other great bands, and then some fans came to our rehearsal room and said, "Hey, are you guys a heavy metal band?" And we said, "Oh, sounds good. Okay, I guess we are." Yeah, and it was really, really beautiful to see, like, to be a witness to like the movement of heavy metal when it came up, when it became really, really big, and we toured with a lot of people. And my first big tour, it was actually my first time when I came to Scandinavia. It was in '86, and we got this great chance to tour with Judas Priest, and man, it was unbelievable. And the whole European tour and Scandinavian tour was with Priest, and then we went to England touring with Wasp, and then shortly after that my first American tour I did with Dave Mustaine and Megadeth, and so we really toured. Actually, I must say, he has a strong personality, and and he was something super, super nice, and I can imagine that it's not easy for an artist, and so I know, and I know many musicians, they're not like the easiest people in the world, but he was always very, very nice to me, like very sweet, very nice, and I think he's tremendously talented.
Yes.
I would love to work with Ronnie. He's like such a great person, and since I was a big fan of Dio, I love his music, I love his songwriting, I love his voice. This would be like unbelievable, and I did many duets so far, which I was always in heaven. It's always a highlight to write or to sing with somebody of this caliber, and Dio would be great. And we toured together 2 times in '87, and the last American tour was in 2000. And then towards the end of the tour, sometimes Ronnie would take a second microphone and then give it to me, and then we would sing like the last 2 songs of his set together, and it was such an honor, and it was so great, and I think it sounded really nice, and yeah, I would love to do eventually a song together. And so I covered one time Egypt, The Chains Are On, and I think it came out pretty nice. Ronnie said
I haven't heard that one. I have to hear it.
And but it would be awesome to do something with you, and maybe in the future. And I hope that he's getting well soon. And man, we were all shocked when we heard that he was sick. And man, I wish him all the best. And and I hope all the metal fans and the metal power will help him to get healthy again. And and that he still goes on singing so beautiful.